Driving, what's your car payment?
I drive a 2020 Corolla and I pay $300.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I drive a 2022 Toyota Tundra. I pay $625 a month.
Yikes.
What are you driving? What's your car payment?
I got a 2024 Grand Highlander. I pay $1,200 a month.
Oh, ouch.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I have a 22 4Runner TRD off-road with no car payment. I pay cash.
Nice.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I have a 2024 Toyota Limited 4Runner and I pay $572 a month.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I drive a Mercedes and I have no payment because my parents bought me my first
Must be
car.
nice.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
2023 TRD Camry is paid off.
Nice.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
Crown, Toyota Crown Platinum. It's $590.
What are you driving? What's your payment?
I drive a TRD Camry. Payments $550 a month.
And I don't know. I just feel like a $500 plus car note is absurd. But also walking, not having a car and not having transportation is even more absurd. So like, what do we do in this economy? Because you need a car, there's no way around it. Everybody can't go to a car place or dealership and just drop down cash. And I'm not even sure that's something that you should or would need to do. How much are y'all paying for these car notes? Like, how much are y'all spending on car notes plus car insurance? Because it's honestly getting even more ridiculous, but I low-key can't even be mad at people for paying that much money, because what do? You need a vehicle. People who don't have a car will tell you just how annoying and how hard it is not having transportation, not having a vehicle that you can just count on to have 24/7, or even having a reliable vehicle. Having a vehicle that's not reliable, that's always breaking down and causing you problems, is just as worse as not having a vehicle. So what do you do if you need reliable transportation?
What you do in this situation is that you save up as much as you possibly can. It could be $3,000, $4,000, maybe even $5,000, and you buy an old cash car. Or you can go to your local credit union and see if they can give you a smaller loan for that amount, $3,000, $5,000, $6,000, maybe $7,000. And you go to Facebook Marketplace, or you can even go on Craigslist. They still sell cars locally on Craigslist, and look for an older cash car. And if you see one that looks just right for you, do your research and make sure that the car is reliable. Make sure that it's something that typically lasts for a long time. People typically gravitate to Toyotas, Hondas, even the older Jeep Grand Cherokees from the 90s are very reliable. They've got plenty of room, and those engines will last 300,000 miles if they were decently well taken care of. There's options for you. You don't have to go to a dealership or even a buy here, pay here lot and spend $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a vehicle. You can get an older car that's reliable. You also have tools at your disposal like Carfax. You can see if that vehicle that you're interested in has been involved in an accident in the past. Or you can go and check out the car, take it on a test drive, but let the seller know that you'd like to take it down the street to a trusted mechanic to go get it inspected. It'll cost you roughly about $100 to do. And if there's nothing wrong with the car, if it's turnkey ready, the person selling the car shouldn't have any problem with that. They should be perfectly fine with you taking it for just a quick hour, an hour and a half, and have a mechanic take a look at it. And they'll be able to tell you if it's overall a car that should give you at least a few years worth of breathing room. And in the meantime, you can try to save up money on the side toward a little bit nicer of a car and just repeat the process until you find yourself driving a more reliable car for the long term, and you can keep yourself free of car payments.
Progressive insurance investigator came by the dealership to get some information on a G63 that was sold originally at our dealership, and they now have a claim that the G wagon has been stolen. So the investigator wanted to come by, and he was probably going to every Mercedes dealership to see if these people that reported this G wagon stolen, if they had been trying to trade it in, because they were also currently 2 months behind on their car payment of $4,731. I kid you not. $4,731. is these people car payment. They 2 months behind and the car done came up stolen. Progressive ain't having it though. He said number one, the G wagons are very rarely reported stolen. Number two, they said they left the key in the G wagon in their driveway, in their gated community, in front of their almost $1 million crib.
All right, I can't take it anymore. Y'all gotta drop this eating and recording nonsense. It's gross, it's unclassy as you can possibly get. Just stop. Plus, you really shouldn't be driving and eating and recording a TikTok video at the same time, because if you crash that car, your insurance is gonna go up, and she probably owes more than her car is worth, meaning that they're gonna tack that extra money on top of the next car she gets. But anyway, $4,731 for a car payment. It just needs to go without saying, really. That's insane. That is insane. What are these people doing? What are you all doing? $4,000, basically $5,000 worth of car payments is just unbelievably absurd. Unless you're making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, don't buy a stupid G-Wagon. Drive something on this side of realistic. It's all about longevity. The longer you can make your car last, the longer you can save some real money. I mean, these people that she's talking about, she said they have $1 million house, so maybe they're in the top 1%, but 99% of us are not. So pretending to be in the top 1% will only enslave you to the big banks. Break free from the black hole of interest payments. Which, by the way, the people with the G-Wagon, she did say that they're 2 months behind on their car payments, so maybe they're not in the top 1% either. Maybe they just want to look nice and they want to live like they can afford the lap of luxury when they clearly cannot.
I think it's important to say that the reason I paid for this in cash and the reason I'm able to drive this is because I drove this for 5 to 6 years, okay, y'all? Like, look, handle comes off, okay? A raccoon attacked my trunk.
Oh, yikes.
A tractor trailer hit me. And I took the insurance money and we saved it. She was
Nice.
a great car and I could not be more thankful for her.
Save the insurance
But because of her, I am able to drive this now, okay? And I own this outright. So remember, just your reminder to drive the ugly car, okay? It'll pay off, I promise. And yes, I still plan on showing you guys what my husband's car looks like. I truly hope this helps. I know it's hard seeing all the nice new fun cars. Trust me when I say there's nothing like not having depreciating debt. Bye!
I absolutely love it. She drove an old beater for 6 years and saved up along the way. If she saved the average used car payment today, which is $521, that means she had saved $37,500 over 6 years. That's what I'm talking about. Remember, at the end of the day, people care about the car you drive as much as you care about what they drive. You can drive something old, you can drive something junky, yet reliable for 3 years or 5 years and save up along the way. Yes, your car will need maintenance, as all cars do. You might need some new tires or maybe brakes. Of course, the oil will need changed and whatnot, but you can still save plenty of money each month to put away toward a much nicer car down the road.
Yeah, I want to make a video and talk about this video right here. This is Brianna. She made a video talking about how her car payment, she bought a car and her car payment was like $19.98, $2,000 a month, and she been paying on it for like a year. And only $5,000 of that has went towards her car payment. And I think her balance is like $100,000. Bro, let me tell y'all something. I can relate to that so much. Because, bro, when I tell you, when I bought a car, I bought a $28,000, my first car, I bought a $28,000 car. After the warranty and the and all the other stuff on it, it ended up being like $34,000 or whatever. But after interest, guess how much it was? $54,000. $54,000. So that means if I would have waited the whole term and made my car payments instead of paying it off, I would have ended up paying $54,000 for a $28,000 car. Bro, boy, when I tell you I was a sucker, I was literally a sucker. I know they were so happy to see me. I was green as if walking up into the car dealership, because I'm not gonna lie, I was so excited to get a car because I didn't have a car. My car had broke down, and it didn't break down. I just sold it. And I was just ready to get my own car, ready to get a new car. And I ain't asked no question. I ain't tried to negotiate. I ain't asked nothing about no interest rates or none of that. I just went in green as elf and just got, and just didn't even ask about the interest rates or none of that, just green. And they got me. I know they was happy to see me walk up in there just a sucker. And then I had the mindset of if I don't like the car, if I want to, if it end up being too much and I don't like it, I'll just return it. I thought you could do that, like, but then I didn't know. I thought if I don't like.
Oh my God, lady, you got to shave those armpits, man. Good grief. No, you can't return the car. But yeah, the interest rates will absolutely kill you if you're not getting a fair deal. Some people out there, they're stuck with almost 30% interest rates. That's credit card territory. Seriously, if that's the interest rate you're stuck with, you might as well find an old beater at some buy here, pay here lot and just drop your credit card on the table. But no, I'm not suggesting you actually do that. I mean, that would be insanity. If they offer you a $34,000 car like this lady had, and the math is showing that you owe over $54,000 with interest, please walk away. She gave the bank $20,000 worth of interest. That's 58% of the value of her car when she bought it. Absolutely insane. And I'm sure there's plenty of things she could really use that $20,000 for. I mean, you have to find another way to get a car. Something cheap, something in your local area. You can try and get a small loan from a lender and just car shop around with the amount that you were approved with. Or you can just muscle through it, take some public transportation or something, just save cash for a period of time and buy whatever you can find in the amount you saved up for.
Let's make a $7,850 car payment today. In December of 2023, we got this car. The total cost was $30,000, and our monthly payment was $670 a month. We were going through the David Ramsey plan through the snowball method to pay off our debt from smallest to largest, and this is our largest debt aside from our mortgage. Currently, we have $9,975 left to pay off this car, and today we're gonna make the $7,850 payment. So that will leave us with $2,100 and something left to pay off this car. As you can see, this is how much we have left to pay off. All right, here we go. So we're not gonna put a payment right now because I'm hoping we'll actually get the whole thing paid off before this due date. So we'll see, but let's put it under an additional payment, $7,850. So we're almost there. I'm just gonna go and click it and get this done. Oh, that's it.
Nice. That's awesome.
Lord have mercy. All right, a little over $2,100 to go.
Yeah, that is awesome. I mean, I'm not sure how she ended up with $7,800, but regardless, that's quite smart, in my opinion, to dump that money into a vehicle you still owe money on, so you can get it paid off as soon as humanly possible. Don't let the banks keep taking interest money out of your pocket. And it's really got to sting when almost $8,000 disappears from your bank account, but imagine the relief she must be feeling looking at her new car balance, which is just $2,100. That's just great. I can only hope that once this lady pays off her vehicle, she will hang on to it for dear life. As long as she's been taking good care of it, it should give her plenty of years worth of time to save up toward another car down the road, or just put money away toward retirement or whatever. Now, she didn't say what type of car she's driving, but as long as she's kept on top of the maintenance, it should give her quite enough time to stack some real money away after she pays it off. If it hasn't given her any mechanical problems yet, she should be good to go for quite a while.
Hey y'all, so I finally made it to a point in my life where I set all my bills on auto pay, right? Yay me, I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, I ain't gotta check, I ain't gotta log in here, log in here, log in here. I ain't gotta check here, check there, check here, check here to see if I made sure I pay this, because baby, listen, I will forget. So I got all my bills set up on auto pay, so I don't have to worry about no bills not being paid, right? So something tells me to go check my car because I want to see how much I have paid on it since I had got it like last year, March, April, February, March, somewhere around that time when I had got my BMW X5. So I checked my Capital One, which is, you know, who I got my van through, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, we almost halfway there, almost done. But I signed in to check my BMW, and it said I only paid $5,000. I'm like, no, I'm being scammed. Because not only am I on auto pay, but I'm paying I'm paying $19.93, which is a hell of a lot, right? I know. That was the stupidest thing I ever done. But anyways, I'm paying $19.93 a month for my BMW X5. And y'all telling me that since last year of March, I only paid $5,000 towards my car? So I'm on chat like, y'all can have this thing back. Because y'all ain't about to scam me no more. I'm not about to pay another year of $19.93 a month. And it seems like it's not going towards nothing but interest. Like, it's not going towards the payment. It's not going to... Listen, I don't know.
Oh, yikes, lady. Okay, $2,000 car payments, for crying out loud. Good grief, lady. Yeah, at the time she recorded this, she owed $100,000 on her fancy BMW X5, which is a really nice car. I'll give her that. And she only paid about, $6,000 toward the principal. I mean, that's just personal finance 101. When you purchase something expensive with a loan, it's going to take a period of time before you really start chipping away at your principal. It's just like buying a new house with a mortgage. For the first several years, almost 100% of your mortgage payments will be dumped into interest alone. You won't see your loan balance dropping by much, but as time goes on, as the years fall off the calendar, your principal will keep dropping faster and faster, and by the time you're near the end of your loan term, close to 100% of your payments will be going straight to the principal. That's just how they set these loans up. It's predatory, it's messed up, and people have got to get away from this behavior, it's hard to do with houses and mortgages, to be fair, because they're hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you can't save enough money to buy a car with 100% cash, at least save as much as you possibly can to pay off as much as you can up front. Plus, money talks. If you take several $1,000s in cash to a dealership or to a seller, you might have better luck talking down the price of the vehicle since you have a large amount of money up front.
Here's how you're going to get rid of that car payment, that car note. Want to buy a car cash, free up some money within your budget, you just tired of paying it. What you want to do is go online. It could be Kelley Blue Book or any other type of website like that to tell you what your car is worth. So you're going to type in 2022, Kia Sportage, fair condition. And they're going to say, we think this car might be worth $20,000. So then you're going to take that information and take your car over to a CarMax. I sold mine to Chevrolet, a Honda, any dealership that buys used cars, and say, here's my car, please give me an estimate for what you might think it's worth or what you might buy it for. They're going to do an inspection. They're going to give you an estimate that might be good for 7 to 14 days. Between that time, you have time to shop around and get the best estimate. I went to CarMax and I went to Chevrolet, and Chevrolet beat CarMax's offer. The car loan has $40,000 left on it, but they say they're going to give you $38,000. You have to pay that $2,000 loan can be fulfilled. Yep. And then once you do that, once you pay the $2,000, you're free to go. I was so ready to get on my car payment that I was ready to let them come repo the car because I was like, I'm not giving y'all another $700.
Don't do that.
And it was the best decision that I've ever made. So if you want to be car payment free like me, sell your car to a dealership.
So this video, it's from last year, but it's still very relevant today. I mean, she's absolutely right. After you've been car shopping and you're ready to buy one, definitely go on Kelley Blue Book and check the value of the car before you talk to the seller. Even dealerships will try to squeeze extra money out of you, hoping to play on your emotions rather than your logic. You can't let your feelings or your love for the car that you found get in the way. You just can't do that. CarMax is another place that you can visit if you have a car that you're trying to sell. Also, you can take it to other local places, like she mentioned, dealerships and whatnot. And one thing she didn't mention, you can go on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Bring a Trailer, Cars.com, any website that sells your current vehicle, and you can see what prices that your car is selling for on there. But keep your mileage in mind and your vehicle's overall condition, as that will affect your car's value, whether it'll be worth more or less. But my issue with that is you already have a car in that case. I mean, it's already running. It's taking you places. It's doing what it needs to do. Why get rid of a car that you already have when it's paid off? Now, I know she didn't have a car that's paid off, but I'm just making a point that if you're trying to get rid of a car that you already have and you're at a point now where it's paid for, I mean, why not just keep it? Drive that thing until the wheels fall off. Keep it maintained. Keep saving that money and drive your current vehicle until it won't move another mile. Then you can call the junkyard to come take it and then take an Uber to your next vehicle with all those thousands of dollars you've been saving up. But she does bring up a good point. If you're making car payments today and you still owe $10,000, and Kelley Blue Book, for instance, shows your car's value at $15,000, you may have the opportunity to sell the car and get an extra $5,000 out of it. But first you have to talk to your lender and let them know what you plan to do, because there might be certain rules tied to your loan. Or if you're in a situation like her where you still owe, say, $10,000, but your car is worth $8,000, you can trade it in or sell it in order to get a cheaper car. But whatever you do, just don't refinance unless you're in a dire situation. Refinancing will typically reset your loan term back to 60 months or 72 months or etc. And yes, your car payments will be lower, but this gives the bank the opportunity to take even more interest money out of you. So avoid doing that at all costs.
I want to know what y'all's car payments are every month, because I refuse to believe that I am the only person with a high car payment, and I refuse to believe that my husband is the only man with a high truck payment. I don't know if y'all see it, but I literally see vehicles posted for sale now for like $100,000 to almost $200,000. And there is absolutely no way that people are purchasing these vehicles without paying a high car payment. So y'all are mad at me, and I know that I am not the only person with these high-ass car payments. I'm not. And other people just might not be telling you what their car payments are, but there are a lot of people with these high car payments for absolutely no reason. Vehicles now are not the same cost as vehicles used to be. I can look online and find a hoopty, and it's going to be like $15,000. That is wild. So please, tell me what your car payments are, because I need to prove a point that I am not the only person in this predicament. Especially people that bought their cars a few years ago during the pandemic, because that is when the cars started getting really high, which is when I bought our vehicles. So tell me, do you have a high car payment or do you have a low car payment? Because there's got to be way more high car payments than just me.
Well, my car payment is $0 a month. But no, you aren't the only one with high car payments, but that doesn't mean you should jump off a bridge just because everyone else is. I mean, we have to live to learn below our means. The average new car payment today is $745. The average used car payment is $521. And it's completely ridiculous, but people keep allowing themselves to get into these crazy payments. If everyone quit getting these insane loan amounts, the dealerships will have no choice but to lower the prices of their vehicles. But they won't do that until people decide that a $1,000 car payment is completely insane. I'm never going to get into that situation again. I will find a car that is within my budget, which may end up being a 10-year-old car, but that's okay because at the end of the day, it gets me from A to B. But she is partially right that some older cars are still costing like $10,000 or more. The older used car market is starting to go up as well, and that's because more people are deciding to take my advice. Save up as much as you can and buy something in cash. It's the game of supply and demand. So if you want to get an older, reliable car for a price that is on this side of reasonable, you might want to do that sooner rather than later.
So typically whenever something happens to my car, I automatically just want to go get a new car. I'm like, check engine light on, go get a new car. Need new tires, go get a new car. So my check engine light came on probably about like a couple weeks ago, and then I was having troubles like starting my car after I got gas, like put gas in my car. So last night I was like, okay, I just need to go get a new car. So then I started pricing out, like, because I already know what car that I want. I want to go electric. No, it's not a Tesla. And I priced it all out, seeing how much car payments were. Child, I'm about to go get my car fixed and go get some new tires because we're keeping my Ford Fusion. Because what? Y'all are out here paying $800,000 car payments? That is insane.
Well, of course she didn't mean $800,000 car payments. She meant $800 to $1,000 car payments, in case you didn't catch that. But yeah, please don't go get a new car just because you need new tires or brakes or some other mechanical issue. You can fix your problem for like $1,000, for instance, or you can go buy another car for $50,000. It's ridiculous, and people keep having this disposable car mentality. Look, it's a fact of life. Vehicles are not immortal, just like anything else. There's wear and tear, and it will need worked on from time to time. And if your check engine light turns on, you can take it to somewhere like AutoZone, and they will tell you why it turned on, and they might even be able to tell you roughly how much it might cost to fix. It could be something as simple as a $20 sensor that needs replaced. Just because your check engine light turns on, that doesn't usually mean your engine will need completely torn apart and rebuilt. It could be a real simple fix, especially newer cars these days, which they tend to activate warning lights even when something routine is due to be changed, like your air filter or your coolant or whatever. But this lady's situation is why that even if you're making car payments on a car, you have to set aside some money each month for maintenance. Or you have to be in a position to cover an expensive repair when the time comes, which will almost certainly cost a hell of a lot less than getting a whole new car. Even if you get rid of it for another car, that new car you get will also need maintenance. Now, electric vehicles, they do require less maintenance than gas vehicles overall, but they do require new tires a lot more often because EVs are a lot heavier. There's also that looming possibility of replacing the battery, which can cost tens of thousands of dollars. And on top of that, you need a place to charge your electric vehicle, or else you'll be paying a lot at public charging stations, not to mention the inconvenience of waiting and waiting for it to charge, plus having to sometimes wait in line for an open spot.
We're on day 22 of trying to pay my car off. If y'all been following along with me, y'all know that I've been posting and trying to pay my car off that I have been paying off since 2019. All I'm asking for is that you engage on the video, do all the things you already know. I can't say everything, but all you gotta do is engage on this video, and I so appreciate y'all. We started at $6,470.47. This is day 22. I know it's more days than that, but I've skipped quite a few, so I'm just gonna update y'all now. The last time I updated, we were at $6,041.11. I was trying to see if we can make it under $6,000 by the next time I updated. So here we are, and let's see what I made. So since I last updated a little over a week ago, I made $24.52, which brings my total to $6,016.59. So $16.59 of being under $6,000. And I'm so ready to get there, so ready to get this paid off. Thank y'all for all the engagement on my videos, all the likes, comments, shares. That is all I want y'all to do. I'm not asking for anybody for money, anything like that, but that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully, we're going to get this paid off before the end of the year. That's my goal, is before the end of the year. So thank y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.
All right, well, $6,470 is a hell of a lot better than most people. That's definitely a good situation to find yourself in if you're stuck with a car payment today. Now, this lady only had $25 to put toward her car in the moment, but it's something. It doesn't matter if you have $500 or even $5 to put toward your car. As long as you get it paid off as quickly as humanly possible, you can get on with your newfound financial freedom and start stacking that cash.
If you follow me, you know that I'm looking for a car payment. I want to tell you what the dealership told me, or the man that was trying to sell me a car. When we went up there, he was like, in today's time, $1,300, that is the new still. That is the new payment. That's what everybody's paying.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, I don't want to pay like anywhere towards 9, 8, 7, 6. Like, I don't want none of that. And he's like, in today's time, that's unrealistic. He said, you'll never get a $300 payment, $400 payment in 2025. That's not happening. And I just want to know, because what is your car payment? Because every time I talk to somebody, and I went to a few different dealerships, and they're like, no, like the thousands, that is the cheap payment. $1,000 is the cheap payment. So I want to know from real people out there, are you paying $1,000 for your car payment? What about your insurance? If you're paying $1,000 and something, what about your $300 payment? Like, am I crazy? I can't pay that. I just can't. I'm literally making my husband, not making, but I'm deciding, like, I don't want another vehicle. Like, yeah, I want to leave, but I just morally, I can't pay $1,000 for a car that goes A to B. I just can't. I can't. Unless you're gonna gift me one and be maybe a sugar baby, but I can't. I can't.
That is absolutely ridiculous. And to hell with that dealership. I mean, I hope she told those guys to kick freaking rocks. Like I said before, you can stay away from dealerships and these buy here, pay here lots and just go on Marketplace or Craigslist and find a car in your local area. Then you can visit your bank or your credit union if you need a loan. Tell them about the car you found, show them the listing. Better yet, find a few vehicles that you have in mind and then try to get approved for the loan amount. Or you can visit your bank first and figure out the price range they can approve you for. The bank will require the title, though, until you pay it off. But at least you can find a car that you can pay $200 a month, $150 a month, or maybe even less. If you can't save up and buy a car with 100% cash, it's not the end of the world, and you sure as hell don't need to visit a freaking dealership and buy a brand new car.
I want to give you guys a realistic example of what payments look like on a $75,000 car. So in this case, we're going to use this M8 competition that I have in stock. This car is damn near exactly $75,000. Crazy thing is I have an S-Class that's right next to it. This car is probably in the same range too. You guys peep the 5.0 over there. Now keep in mind, when you borrow $50,000, that means your payment's going to be in the ballpark of $1,000. Now this car is $75,000. Let's see what the payment looks like. So we have everything plugged in, $75,000 car financing for 72 months, 6.5% rate, paid off early if you want, no money out of pocket. Your total payment amounts to $1,377 a month, and this is with no money down. And even at a 6.5% rate, if you were to keep this car for the entire loan, you'd be paying $17,000 in interest. If you were to put $20,000 down on this car, your payment would still be over $1,000 a month. So when you see these nice cars on the road, just know that whoever owns that car is probably making a crazy payment or they paid cash for it. And these terms are based off of financing over 72 months. Some people finance for 48 or 60 months, so the payment's even higher.
Yeah, that's crazy. By the way, 6.5% interest is pretty damn good these days. If you have excellent credit, you should be able to get an interest rate within that ballpark. That said, don't buy a $100,000 vehicle when you're just going from A to B. Your $100,000 vehicle is doing the same for you as my $1,100 car is doing for me. And I haven't had a car payment in 10 years. Based on the average used car payment today, I've already saved about $63,000, and I plan on driving my car for another 20 years if all possible. If the engine needs to be rebuilt, I'll do it if it comes down to that. But anything to avoid paying $1,000 a month, $1,300 a month, I mean, these payments are out of control, and the vast majority of us simply cannot afford it. We're locking ourselves into perpetual debt, endless interest payments, and too many of us aren't even thinking about our retirement years or our elder years in general. And when you get old, you will absolutely require medical care, and we all know it's not getting any cheaper. Instead of giving money to the banks for absolutely nothing but a flashy car that does the same for you as a cheap hoopty does for someone else, I'll just go with the hoopty and just save my own money. After all, you work hard for it. But anyway, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something good out of it. Just know that you can still get a cheap car. Before you start shopping for one, just find a good local mechanic who does car inspections, and when you find a vehicle you like, have them take a look at it and make sure the car you end up with will be something reliable. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.